This will mark the 4th Forrest Wood Cup that I made in a row. You know, obviously, the most important was the one when I won the All-American and had that opportunity to fish the Forrest Wood Cup and see what the competition. I mean, these guys that catch them every single time they go out. But it's all about staying consistent. And if you can't, if you're not in the game, then you can't win the game. And this was about getting out there and you fish consistently and you try to fish conservatively throughout the year just to catch them in this, just to fish and compete in the Forrest Wood Cup. And that's when you can go for broke. There's $500,000 if you win every single tournament throughout the regular season. You're still only $600,000. So one event, $500,000. You go out there and you go out for it. After winning the All-American, obviously in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, $100,000, but just a month later, the Forrest Wood Cup is coming up. It's in Ouachita. I need to put my time in. You fish against the Larry Nixons, the Scott Martins, those guys, David Dudley's, the guys that catch them every time they go out there. So, I was a little starstruck going out there, and you have to really get your mind focused to, hey, look, this tournament is about winning. This tournament is about coming here, not making a top 20, not making a top 10. It's about going out and competing to win this thing. The year that I won, obviously every day I was still, my head was everywhere. Every which way. I tried to focus on, obviously each day and focus on each fish rather than trying to worry about the lights and the glamour of winning the money. There's so much value in just the event alone, winning the prestige of winning the Forrest Wood Cup and people knowing your name and the value to each company that you work with. But you can't worry about that in the moment. It's hard to say, but when you're in the moment and things are meant to happen in this sport, it happens. When you're meant to win an event, it's gonna happen. You catch a 5-pounder randomly over a bush and it's supposed to break off, but it doesn't. And you have one little frail line, where it doesn't break off. So, that's what it's about. Being able to get out there and tune all that stuff out and being able to focus on fishing. And that was the key, in that event, is just being able to focus and not worry about what was going on around me and just trying to fish, the moment. This season's been more consistent than any season I've had. I talk about how it's important to be consistent throughout the season to make that Forrest Wood Cup. If you have a place that you don't know, if you're going to catch, big ones, or you have a place that you can get 5 or 6 bites a day, but you don't know if you're going to get those bites, and you have another place that you can catch a limit, you're going to go catch that limit to make sure that you're up in the points to where you're going to qualify for that. But this year, I haven't had any of those tournaments that, those 100-place finishes, those middle of the packs. Those are what kill you. And I haven't had one of those things I've blown it away and won an event, but just staying consistent has been key to being, keeping my head right and staying consistent in these events have been the key to making sure, I'm in the right position going into the last 2 events. I think every year you learn so much. I look back, weeks, years, every year you look back and you're like, man, last year I made that decision. That was the stupidest decision I've ever made in my life. I can't believe I would, why would I do that? Why would I go run to this place? And every year you grow. And if you can't do that and you don't do that, then you're not improving as an angler. And that's what's important. As long as I can see myself growing as an angler and getting better, then I know I'm doing something right. And this year, the results have been showing that. When you set out to achieve something, achieve your goals, you have to put a lot of things by the wayside. There's a lot of times, I can think back, going back into high school and going, where I would just simply drop everything and just fish all the time. I wouldn't worry about, going and having a good time with my buddies. And you had to be committed. And going into qualifying for the All-American, knowing that this is my only shot to actually, have that opportunity to fish and maybe win an event and have enough money to start fishing professionally. You have to take advantage of each situation that you're given. And of course, it's something that would never change at all. Obviously this being able to fish for a living is a dream. And things have happened so quickly the last 3 and 4 years. It's just unbelievable. People ask me all the time, how do you do it? I'm like, truthfully, I don't even know. I don't, because it's something that it doesn't happen very often in the sport. You always hear about how you have to pay your dues and everything else. But coming out here, it's clicked, and it's unbelievable to look back and think just a couple years ago where you're at, and now looking in 2014, trying to get after it in the Forrest Wood Cup. I think about it every single day. Winning this thing twice is, I go to bed and I look there at the mantle and I'm like, it's just not right. Last year I was second place, came within a couple pounds of Randall. He had a great event, but getting so close and still falling and not winning that twice, I mean, it makes you want it so much more. I mean, I can't, there's not a day that goes by that I can't think about that. Putting your time in and putting the time in prior to that event is going to be key, and where this tournament's going to be won and lost.